stop it right now. You think Jimmy Garoppolo can be could the guy make it to the playoffs, possibly? Like, we're already crowning this dude with to be up there with a Tom Brady and an Aaron Rodgers. Listen, the fact that Bill Belichick wanted to keep him, I think that is a ringing endorsement. I think he's fantastic. My only concern would be injuries, obviously, because he couldn't fill in those 4 starts for Brady. But come on, tier 1?
So, Molly, feel free to read the definition again. You said they win because of a guy.
Yeah.
They went from winning 1 game in the entire season to winning all of them that they started.
Right, the wins have
to
I'm with Molly. The wins have to mean
are like
something.
week 16, week 17. We're counting those wins. The
matter.
Patriots wins mean more to me. When he filled in for Brady then, the beginning of the season.
Add that to the list. Those teams, there are only 16 games in the season. I understand the Rams comment, but the rest of those teams played their players, and they were good, because of him.
Dominique,
you talk about you win because of a player, they win because of him.
How long did it take for you to establish yourself as a good player, as a great player in the league?
Oh, great. I don't think I have. I'm still working on that. But it took a while to establish yourself as a respected player in the league, I think. But that doesn't, he's a quarterback. We're talking about the definition that Molly read. He has done all those things. Now, I agree that one of the things that we are not speaking of is that this is about track record. It's not about how good the player is now or how good we project the player to be. And no one wants to admit it, but it's in part about the past that the players have had. And I understand it matters, but I think the only thing that should matter is last season and what you project for the season going forward. And are you guys going to project that Jimmy Garoppolo won't be in the midst of the Pro Bowl conversation by the end of the season?
I think he will be, but we can't crown him yet. He's got to do something.
Give me one quarterback from the NFC West, and I will take Jared Goff, who actually delivered.
Get him
Security.
Security.
He absolutely is. Jared Goff had a spectacular year.
You would take, look at me straight in the face. Yeah. You would take Jared Goff ahead of Russell Wilson.
Get him out of here.
I misspoke. Yeah. I would take him over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, but you said 84
Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah,
that's why
do you believe in him more?
Why? Because I saw him do it. I saw him do it for an entire season. I saw Jared Goff deliver for the Los Angeles Rams all season long.
That is Sean McVay with capital letters all the way across. When Jared Goff was Jeff Fisher's quarterback, he could not.
When Case Keenum was Jeff Fisher's quarterback.
Case Keenum was better than Jared Goff.
Case Keenum was absolutely awful with
Jared Goff.
Fisher. No, he wasn't.
No, Jared Goff is not in the Garoppolo-Russell Wilson
In the
class.
Garoppolo conversation, I can't believe a guy who delivered all year long and took his team to the playoffs in a completely unexpected way.
Right.
When everybody counted him out, how do you?
Well, your argument is with Mike Sando. He's got Garoppolo level 2.
Well, no, I guess
tier 4
it's
for Goff.
NFL executives. It's crazy to me that after 5 games, Jimmy Garoppolo is considered to be better than Jared Goff was, who carried his team to the playoffs last year.
Go ahead.
We all watched Jared Goff's rookie season. He's improved a lot, but that guy
still
could
part of
deer
his
in the
resume.
headlights. Yeah.
Dominique, what do you think about that, Jared Goff versus Garoppolo?
There are some things that are too nonsensical to even entertain. Like, I can't.
Thank you,
That is foolishness.
Like
Jared Goff,
sample size, man. 5 games.
Let me flip it then.
Games.
Then if you're putting Jimmy Garoppolo in the conversation after 7 starts, we had Deshaun Watson who lit it up after 6 starts. What about him in tier 2, Dominique?
Yeah, no, I think Deshaun Watson is someone we should certainly consider. I think Deshaun Watson is one of the few players that have been able to kind of transition this college style of offense. And to be quite frank, the entire NFL is moving in that direction. So if you're talking about the future of the league, I think guys like Deshaun Watson are going to have a much bigger part in that league. And he's someone who I think is also, coming off the injury that he's having is different than the Aaron Rodgers injury. The collarbone is something that I think will recover quickly. The assumption is the ACL will also, but that is certainly a huge part. At least the threat to run is a huge part of Deshaun Watson's game.
You can make a better case for Deshaun Watson being a tier 2 quarterback than you can for Jimmy Garoppolo being a tier 2 quarterback, because he did it at the beginning of the season in high leverage games as opposed to the end of the season, which was really garbage time.
Well, this is the guy who we just talked about, the rookie year versus the second. We're just scrapping the rookie.
But as you mentioned, garbage time, end of the season, as opposed to high leverage games at the start of the season.
And I
think
think
my words against me.
Yeah, I think we've got to give, in this case, Deshaun Watson a little credit for shredding Alabama twice. We have Nick Saban coming up on the show today. That's basically.
Oh, now we're going back to college resume.
Sure we are.
No. Well, in his case, we are. Just because, think about it, that's basically a pro defense. If you look at Alabama, 8 of those 11 guys will play in the NFL, and Nick Saban's one of the great defensive minds of all time, and he just shredded them twice, then jumped to the next level and kept doing it, Molly. So he's the real deal.
Okay,
I'm with Nick on that.
Before we go to break, let's go around the horn quick. Jimmy G, Goff, Watson, who's going to have the best year next year?
Watson, if he stays healthy.
Domonique?
Jimmy G.
Gimme Goff for the win.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
better.
Garoppolo is having the
By the
best
courage of
season.
your
Let's-
convictions.
Let's
right,
put
guys.
that out there.
Caveat, by the way, I'm a Rams season ticket holder.
Oh, okay. Like we didn't know your biases.